welcome to another session of my channel. Today we'll be talking about trigonometry. Now, trigonometry is a science that deals with the study of triangles, of angles, the study of angles. Now, for it to be an angle, there must be a point where two lines are inclined at a particular direction. So if this line is inclined with another line, then we have an angle there. Let's say this is angle theta. Now if you complete this particular end, head to tail, we have a triangle. Now the triangle may be in this form, the triangle may be in this form. Whatever form it is, in as much as it has three sides, it is a triangle. And in as much as two lines meet, it forms an angle. So wherever two lines meet forms an angle. We may have acute angle, we may have obtuse angle, and the rest of them. Now we'll discuss about that one in other classes. Now that is for triangle. So trigonometry has to deal with how to solve triangles. So most times you see they give you a question where they give you a triangle. Maybe you see a question in your exam, or you see a question in real life or whatever, and it's in form of a triangle. What step, how do you apply, what do you apply to solving that particular triangle, to getting the unknown, to getting the answer in that particular triangle? You apply trigonometry. Now for trigonometry, there are four basic rules to solving trigonometry. The first rule is the Pythagoras theorem. The second rule is the trig ratio, which is the SOHCAHTOA, which as we call it, SOHCAHTOA. Now the third one is the sine rule, and the last one is the cosine rule. So these four basic rules are used to solve trigonometry, are used to get the unknown in trigonometry. So you may be asked to get the unknown angle, maybe angle theta, or maybe angle alpha, or maybe angle beta, or angle gamma. This is theta, this is alpha, this is beta, and this is gamma. So let me just spell it out. This is gamma, as in gamma rays. When we talk about gamma rays in physics, we'll talk about that. And this is alpha, as in alpha rays. Now this is beta, as in beta rays. Now this is our popular theta. Yes, so it may be theta, alpha, gamma, beta, or it may be any side. It may be side A or side B or side C that is an unknown. It may be either A, B, or C that is an unknown. So whether you're looking for an unknown side or you're looking for an unknown angle, any of these rules must apply. So you must apply any of the rule or more than one of the rules, depending on how the question. So if we are to consider the first one, Pythagoras theorem, let us consider each of them. Now, how do you know which of the rules to apply? If you have a right angle triangle, automatically you should not apply the sine rule and the cosine rule. So when you see a question and the question is a right angle, what's the right angle triangle? And a triangle that has one of the angles at 90 degrees. It may be in this form, it may be in this form, or in this form. Whatever form it comes, in as much as one of the angle is at 90 degrees, that is 90 degrees, denoted that by that sign, 90 degrees. Or maybe they just show it as a normal sign and tell you it is 90 degrees. Wherever you see 90 degrees in a triangle, automatically you should be thinking of the Pythagoras theorem or the trig ratio, which is the SOHCAHTOA. Now, if you see a question and you see 90 degrees in the triangle, you should not be thinking of sine or cosine. That should not even come to your mind. The only thing you should think of is Pythagoras theory or SOHCAHTOA. Now the next thing is, what am I looking for in that triangle? What is the unknown I'm looking for? Which of the unknowns am I looking for? Is it the sides? Is it the sides A, B, or C? Or is it the angle theta or alpha? Now that should tell you whether you have to apply Pythagoras theorem or SOHCAHTOA. If you are looking for the sides, where two other sides is known, automatically Pythagoras theorem goes. So Pythagoras theorem, let me repeat myself, is used when you are looking for the side in a triangle when the two other sides are known. So for instance, we have here as 3 meters, we have here as 5 meters, and we have here as x, and we are asked to find x. We know the other two sides as 3 and 5. Automatically we should apply Pythagoras theorem. There is no debate about it. We are not debating anything about it. Now if we have here as x, here as y, and we have here as 3 meters, we cannot apply Pythagoras theorem to this particular question. So the next thing we should think of is the SOHCAHTOA, which is the best we should apply to this question. So let me repeat myself. When solving for a right angle triangle, you either apply the Pythagoras theorem or the trig ratio, which is the SOHCAHTOA. Now when finding the sides in the triangle, then Pythagoras theorem should come to your mind if you know the other two sides of the triangle. But if you do not know the other two sides of the triangle, you know only one side of the triangle, or maybe you don't know any side of the triangle. Remember, a triangle has 3 sides. So automatically, if one side is unknown, the other two sides should be known. If the other two sides is not known, you cannot apply Pythagoras theorem. Just move straight to SOHCAHTOA. Now, what does Pythagoras theorem state? Pythagoras theorem states that the square of the hypotenuse, which is hypotenuse squared, is equal to the sum of the squares of the opposite plus the adjacent. Hypotenuse is spelled as hypotenuse. Now opposite is spelled out. Okay, let me write it here. Hypotenuse is hypotenuse, which is the longest side. Now if we are to consider this angle, then opposite is the side opposite the angle, which is opposite. Most times I just from the angle extend the line, then the arrowhead gives my opposite. Then the last side of the triangle is always the adjacent. So for instance, we are considering this particular triangle and we are considering angle alpha. Now if I just draw a straight line from alpha here, automatically the longest side is the one opposite the 90 degree, which is our hypotenuse. So this is our 90 degrees. These are 90 degrees here. The side opposite the 90 degrees is the hypotenuse. So always the side opposite the 90 degrees is the hypotenuse. Then the opposite is the side opposite the angle which you are considering. So this forms my opposite, and the last side is always the adjacent. The same thing goes if this were to be my angle gamma that I'm considering, then the side opposite 90 degrees becomes our what? Hypotenuse. Yes, thank you. And the next side where we draw a straight line from the angle becomes what? Our opposite. And the last one is always adjacent. Remember, there are 3 sides in the triangle, so it's not difficult to know. Once you're able to locate the side opposite the 90 degrees angle, then it becomes your hypotenuse. Now to get the opposite is the side opposite, that's the side facing the angle. So this side is what is facing this particular angle. This side is facing this angle. This side is facing this angle. That's opposite. It may be in this particular direction. This may be our 90 degrees. The shape of the diagram does not matter. What matters is the dimensions in the diagram. This may be our 90 degree. Automatically, where will be our hypotenuse? Yes, here, because it is the side facing the 90 degrees. Now if we are to consider this angle here, theta, the where should not be our opposite. We from this angle theta draw a straight line. Yes, so this is our opposite. Then the last side is always our adjacent. So what it says is that whatever side of the hypotenuse you square it is equal to whatever side of the opposite you square it plus whatever side of the adjacent you square it. So we have, if we are to consider this triangle, our hypotenuse is what? X. So it becomes x squared is equal to, our opposite is what? 3 meters. So we have 3 squared. And our adjacent is what? 5 meters. We have 5 squared. So we have x squared. 3 squared will give us 3 times 3. 3 squared is equal to 3 times 3, which is equal to what? 9. 9. 5 squared is equal to what? Yes, 5 times 5, which is what? 25. So we have it as 25. So we have x squared is equal to, what is 9 plus 25? Yes, that will give us 34. So x will now be the square root of 34. What's the square root of 34? What side is, what square is closer to 34? 36, I think. That's 6 square. So automatically, since we know 36 is 6 square, that means if we have 36, we'll be having 6 So 34 is close to 36. So automatically we'll be having something like 5.8, 5.9. You can check your calculator. 5.8. I may be wrong, but our answer will be within the range of 5.8 because it's closer to 6 and farther from 25, which is 5. So 5.8, 5.9 should be our answer for x. That is that. So if you have any question on Pythagoras theorem, you can ask me in this comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to like, so that when we post a new video, you will be the first to get a notification. We're going to make a video at the end of the class where we'll solve using Pythagoras theorem, SOHCAHTOA, sine rule, and cosine rule. So you can see you can look for the link. You just search for our keywords and you'll be able to watch the video where we solve questions repeatedly using these rules. Now this is just an introductory class into trigonometry, so I'm trying to show you how to solve angles, how to solve triangles. Now the next is applying our SOHCAHTOA, which will be in another video. So thank you very much. See you in my next class.